Hey guys, Johnny here. Today I'm going to talk about the patch that came out about 2 weeks ago. I know some of you have been wondering why I haven't made my initial thoughts on it and blah 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 and so on. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to actually play the game, and make it as reasonable as possible. So I have some of you might have known from my previous announcement that I was going to play with this phase with technically very accessible players, which most of you should be able to get. So that would be including we have the free nominating contract cards, the free cards you get from logging in, the 100 coin cards are in the store for free, and then like free player of the weeks that are free as well, and blah blah blah, and so on and so on. So I wanted to make it as fair as possible because I know some people obviously can't afford or don't want to spin for the epics. So I just tried to make it as fair as possible. So we played majority of the games. We won a few, we lost a few, we drew quite a lot in my opinion on this patch. So yeah, so I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Rock Chalk. Rock, say hi. Okay. Rock Chalk's here with me. We're gonna talk about what I think of the patch, and he's gonna give his thoughts. I'm gonna give my thoughts, and so on. So I want to talk about the patch. The first thing I want to mention which is the summary of the patch, but we'll break it down, which is the fact that this patch, I'd say, is very noob friendly. And what I mean by this is there's a lot of AI involved, and there's a lot of room for error in terms of defending. So it feels like the AI has been buffed from regular difficulty to superstar difficulty. So now AI I believe they kind of have a mind of their own, Ultron and all that stuff. But yeah, they kind of have a mind of their own. So to the point where if I'm on the wing with the ball, the AI would then mark my left back, or mark position, or stand between a player and the ball to intercept the pass. So it's gone from a player having to manually position themselves to intercept to now AI doing that for them. There are also situations where I don't have to control my goalkeeper. I believe I can show you guys a clip. So just bear with me. I'm going to show you guys a clip. So in this clip, I'm just showing you how you don't have to, how OP the AI is in this game right now, to the point where you don't even have to defend yourself on a counter attack. So as you can see, I've selected my goalkeeper here, and I'm going to let the AI do the work for me, just to show you how the AI position themselves to intercept or go for a tackle. As you can see, I didn't even click anything. I'm going to show you another example here. There's another example of me switching to my goalkeeper to show how AI focused this patch is. You're going to see, look. If I go just a bit. Sorry. Gonna slow this down just a bit. So speed, we're gonna put this to 0.25. As you can see, it was a terrible pass, but look how my center back positions himself for the interception. Really, really busted in my opinion in terms of that.
But go
So
back for go back further in the clip. Go back like 5 seconds really.
5 6 seconds.
That's gonna be on 2 or 0.25. It's not even
Yeah.
slow. I don't think like when he plays the pass is the issue. I think it's
No,
build up.
it's the that's what I'm saying. It's the transition
Yeah,
from
it's here. It's here.
yeah,
It's
it's here.
like,
The transition from attack to defense is I lost the ball in his half of the pitch, and normally for the counter attack, you're supposed to line up your defense yourself to stop maybe through balls going through or to cut passing lanes. As you can see, Kyle Walker is tight. Is not tight, but he's currently following the run of the left wing.
which is fine.
Which
But
is
I think it's fine that he half follows it. He should half follow it so that if you choose to switch in, you're kind of like if he doesn't follow the run at all, if no player follows any run, it'd be too difficult to defend.
Yeah.
Players half follow the runs.
Yeah.
Let's assume you don't switch into Kyle Walker and the pass is played. The attacker should get the ball.
Yeah.
Most of the time. If you do switch in, then you should get the ball. I think at the moment it doesn't matter if you switch in or not. The guy who's tracking the run will get he'll more than likely get the ball as if you were controlling Kyle Walker in this scenario.
Yeah, that's correct. That's very correct. And if you look at this freeze frame, you can see I'm controlling Rodri. Look at this cam here, about to intercept the ball without me even pressing the button.
Yeah, you showed me this the other day. I assumed he was second man pressing, but you didn't.
I didn't.
Go back 3 seconds. You don't even trigger second man press. He just does it. You can press the left arrow.
Left arrow. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, you don't even press second man press.
Yep.
Who is that as well? I can't see it. The blurry.
I don't know. I'm about to see it now. It is Alvarez.
Yeah. Okay. He has like 70 engagements, but still, it's not like he's Kante or Vieira. Like it's I don't, like if you press second man press there's no issue, but because it's like
the AI has done it for me.
100% AI. It can be a bit annoying. Is this the one? Can you play in the clip as well? Is this the one where you intercept the pass? Yeah.
Yeah, there's the one where.
Yeah. Look at the like your centre back was in the middle there.
Yeah.
But he comes out right. Just play it. Let's see what happens. No, never mind. I thought it was. I thought the pass was getting played like a couple of seconds before, like because a minute ago your centre back was in the middle, and then when he gets the ball, he's out wide. Yeah.
If you pay attention, can you see he's switching to his Bellingham here? He's gonna run all the way with Bellingham to try and stop me. Look, this is how bad this is. Look, the centre back is here. Look at centre back. He's not controlling him, and look at this press. What is this press? And look, his players is fine. He's following the run of my left wing, which is fine. But it's just that everyone seems to be marked or being pressed by someone not being controlled. I'm being pressed. I lose the ball, which is fine. And as you can see, I've switched to my goalkeeper to show I don't have to control my players to get back in position. Whereas before, if you transition from attack to defense, you had to readjust your line yourself because you didn't want a through ball going through a gap. But in this case, the patch, you don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah,
as you can see,
like the run to the striker there should be open.
Look, I'm clearly selecting my goalkeeper. Look, he's getting pressed by someone I'm not controlling. Look, not controlling at all, and we win the ball. It's if you ask me,
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's just the players in the previous updates. They still kind of follow the attackers, but it's with the assumption that if a pass gets played in and the defender doesn't switch in from
exactly correct,
it should still reach the attacker. But at the moment, it doesn't seem to make too much of a difference if you're controlling the defender or not.
Right. So that's my thoughts on the AI defending on this patch. And then I wanted to talk about how there are certain situations now where people believe that the dribbling got nerfed, but really and truly the defending, or I'd say the reaction of defenders, got a buff. So there are certain situations where before, to get past the player, you'd bring out the Marseille turn, the drag back, draw, open, close skill move, or sometimes now even a double touch, the 90 degrees diagonal double touch to cut inside to get into the box as well. Now it seems that, especially destroyer centre backs, it seems that when you do that skill move, the recovery they make has increased significantly. So I've noticed that because I think Romero and Koulibaly are destroyer centre backs, and they seem to have the quickest recovery I've ever seen in a football game, to the point where I do a super cancel to initiate the animation of a lunge, and that lunge would they'd still recover and be like, okay, you got me, I'm gonna try again. That seems to be in the game.
Yeah, I've got clips of that if you want. I can share my screen.
Yeah, if you got that, yeah, sure.
Yeah, there was a subscriber sent me two of them. It's basically just the fact that inertia has been removed from the game.
Okay, let's see that.
Training ground as well now, so it's kind of like, it doesn't.
Yeah, I can see.
You can see, yeah. Look, so look previously. Look at all these super cancels.
Yeah,
The defender doesn't even care now at this distance. It doesn't. I don't think it really matters. I don't think at this distance here there's a difference between this patch and the last patch. I think at this distance the defender probably didn't react before, and they probably shouldn't react because there's a big bit of distance. But it's in this little transition here. These ones here. What the defender just doesn't care that and Messi is loading up these super cancels. And then look, this is the instance of
yeah,
the defender reacting. So it kind of just goes to show that it's like you said, it's just you're allowed to rely on the AI now a lot more.
that's very true. Yeah. Sorry, let me share my screen again. Okay, so also, so now I wanted to talk about how the workaround, not workaround, but the wait, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, now I want to talk about how I've noticed there are certain situations where the AI don't track certain runs, and this is why I think these playstyles, especially if you are a possession player or maybe even out wide player, I mean, I don't know, it might work on quick counter or long ball. I haven't noticed, but on those ones. But what I've noticed is when attacking fullbacks or box to boxes make a run into the box, because they tend to make their runs or overlapping runs very late, the AI doesn't pick them up. So I'm gonna show you guys a clip that you'll see where the AI doesn't see the run. I believe it is this clip here. So can you guys see Cafu make an overlapping run right now? You can see the left back is not following it, or is not preparing to follow it. He's pulled him out to chase me. But look at how much space the fullback is in compared to the other players being marked on the pitch. Like you can see the centre back, which is closest, which is furthest away from Ronaldinho, is about to make a run, which the guy he's not controlling is about to make a run and press me, as you can see, press me, leaving, and as you can see, Cafu is still in a crazy amount of space, not being marked by anyone, but everyone else on the pitch is marked or close to an AI controlled player, apart from the attacking fullback. So I have noticed situations where a box to box makes a last minute run, especially I have the Showtime Jude Bellingham. I don't know if he's on the bench.
Are you saying basically you've noticed that let's say a normal attack where it's just the attackers and let's say the attacking mid kind of attacking.
Yeah.
Them players are just like always marked all the time. They're always covered by the AI.
Exactly.
But then you're saying if a box to box,
a classic 10, a box to box classic 10 attacking fullback, if any of those three players makes a late run into the box, they're barely marked.
Yeah, so it's the AI is like really effective at defending the kind of normal attacking players, but then if you do an overload, they don't even consider them. Is that kind of
Exactly.
what you're-
So whole
I actually,
players, whole
I've
players.
actually been struggling. I've actually been struggling with the game, and then I changed to a tactic that actually uses a box to box,
Exactly.
to make the
Enzo,
late run.
Enzo will be one
Yeah,
of them. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe like I didn't understand. I didn't know why I was having success with it all of a sudden. But now that you say that, that's probably what it is. It's the fact that the attackers are all being marked by the defenders, and then if I send that guy in late or wait for his run, he's not getting marked enough.
Exactly. And that's why, for instance, the old meta, like the goal poachers, the whole players, they're not people say they're not really working. It's because I think the game is trying to force you to slow the game down and get certain players up the pitch more than before. I think with this Classic 10 update especially, it's like they want players to make a run beyond the strikers. That's what the patch seems to be forcing. That's why a lot of people are having success right now with three at the back, because they're making overlaps on the side, or people with box to boxes right now are seeing more of them because this patch is helping with that. So Classic 10s, box to box, attacking fullbacks. I'm not sure what other plays, but those are the ones I've noticed. Maybe even extra frontman if you go all out attack. It might be really good. I don't know. But I've noticed that the late runs from your players seem to be the runs that aren't marked. So, in conclusion to this patch, I'd say is again very, very noob friendly, to the point where if you didn't know how to defend to begin with, you're not punished. So you could literally, if you panic and you don't know how to defend on a counter attack, you could literally click into your goalkeeper and wait for your players to readjust to keep the shape, or you could even switch to your striker and wait for your players to get into shape before changing into or selecting another player to actually defend. So, and also I noticed that is a thing because when I used to play attacking fullbacks, I used to always get punished down the wing by like a through ball or whatever. I used to get punished. But now it seems that all I have to do is put deep line on my anchor man. I put deep line on my anchor man and let the fullbacks fly, just leave them balanced. And all of a sudden, it feels like I've got players in the box to help defend. But even if I did that in the past, I'd still be exposed. Like, I'm using attacking fullbacks. If you look at my other team, maybe it's because I've got higher rated centre backs or fullbacks or whatever. As you can see, I'm using Guerrero and João Cancelo, but I also had left back who has literally zero defensive skills, and he was still coming back to defend. Even De Jong, I put deep line on De Jong, and all of a sudden the AI was just there for me. So I'd recommend, if you do go attacking fullbacks and want to overload the pitch or make late runs into the box, I'd suggest using two holding midfielders, probably a centre mid, box to box, and then you can use the other one, which is the one that comes back to help on deep line. From what I can see, it could be anyone. You could use destroyer, orchestrator, anchorman. But as long as there's deep line on one and box to box on the other, you're going to enjoy it. And with the attacking fullbacks, you're going to have so much fun on this patch. But yeah, very noob friendly. Maybe even noob friendly to the point that maybe Konami are in the works of adding crossplay between mobile soon, because it is becoming less and less complex and more automated. So, and I have seen on the mobile, they've recently been given a patch update that allows them to freely move their players around like how we do.
And there's also they added friends, friends list in the game, like not like PlayStation friends, like actual friends in football on a mobile. So that's probably an indication that they want to, similar to EA FC has you can, like, I'm friends with you on EA FC PC and I'm on PlayStation, because when we need to invite each other to a game, you can do it through that.
Right. Yeah, so that's all on the patch. Rock, do you have anything to say, or?
I sent you a clip there on PlayStation. Are you on PlayStation? Yeah.
Yeah, on PlayStation right now.
Yeah, I sent you a clip on PlayStation there of an example of the attacking players all being marked. It's probably still just processing. Of all the attackers players being marked, and then the late run going in, and that's not being marked at all with the classic 10.
Okay.
So that like it's an example of what you were saying earlier with the fullback or the box to box. So this is with Zico with a classic 10, but if you watch the clip, it's actually against you.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
on the first or second day. You'll notice Salah makes a run out wide,
Yeah.
and when Salah runs out wide, Zico's just free to run in,
Yeah.
completely unmarked. Not that like I don't think that's necessarily a major issue, but it's just kind of showing that the attackers, it's like the defenders are like uber marking the
Do you
attackers, like
see? Yeah.
99,
Yeah.
99 marking, and then if there's an extra player, it just causes them to completely
Correct.
go unmarked, which is a problem in the sense that it kind of means the traditional setup is going to be too difficult to build up. But you have to, if you want to have success, you need to recognize that your forwards are always going to be marked, and you need to use the decoy.
Exactly.
Which isn't an issue if them forwards being marked was due to your opponent's skill level marking them. But
Yeah.
when it's the AI doing it, it doesn't matter if you're playing a great player or a bad player.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same game pretty much. It kind of evens the playing field a bit, and it's kind of a bit annoying. You kind of want to demonstrate your defending skill against people. So yeah, that's a bit annoying.
That's correct. That is very, very true. Well, thanks for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's my thoughts and I guess our general summary on the patch.
Well, I don't think the update is like, it's not beyond saving. I think it's like it literally just seems to be a slider.
Yeah.
Is on the defending that's making it like too much. Like it could just be, next week they could just turn that slider down.
Yeah, that's right. Because you mentioned it's gone from regular difficulty to superstar difficulty.
Yeah, it feels like that anyway. We obviously don't know, but that's what it feels like. It feels like the AI defending has just been bumped up. Like nothing really has changed.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally, it's just that like there's loads of new animations.
Yeah, which is fine. Very positive.
The changes to interceptions, I like that it takes tackling now as your kind of your first touch when you intercept or tackle someone.
Mm-hmm.
It's the tackling stat now that determines how quickly you keep the ball instead of ball control. So that in theory should nerf, me using Pirlo and Xavi as my two defensive mids. So like there is good changes, which is why I'm not convinced it's entirely like a bad update and they're trying to make it as new friendly as possible. Like it could be reverted, and it's happened like a couple times in the last year where a patch comes out, it's terrible for a week or two, and then they just seem to go back on it and change it again. So it could just be a simple case of they change the patch intentionally to look at like how the analytics of how people play the game.
Yeah,
because like I know most if people are frustrated, they're likely to spend money because they have the idea that if I'm frustrated with the game, I need the better players to return to the success I was having previously.
Yeah,
it could be something like that. They could be just testing the players' kind of mindset and see if that works. So I do still have hope that the game will return to a good state.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, man. I have to wait for a plane.